A video has gone viral of Donald Trump where he's describing the private conversation he had with Prime Minister Modi. He says he's the nicest and a total killer. These are the words used by Donald Trump. The former US president was recounting an interaction with Prime Minister Modi when he highlighted his Atmanirbhar spirit. He recalled how the Prime Minister refused America's help when there were security threats. Listen to the conversation and then we quickly open this up.
Modi. India.
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine. He's great. But on the outside, he looks like he's your father. He's the nicest, total killer. He's the nicest human being. But we had a couple of occasions where somebody was threatening India. I said, let me help. I'm very good with those people. Let me help. I will do it. I will do it. Then I will do anything necessary. We've defeated them for hundreds of years.
Wow.
He was talking about a certain country.
Yeah.
You can probably get the country.
Yeah.
Can't fathom which. You know the country.
yeah.
But I said, whoa, what happened there?
Let's quickly open this up to Hind Sinha, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Anand Ranganathan also with us, needs to know in production. Vivek Srivastav, Lokesh Jindal, they complete the panel. Vivek Srivastav, you know, the opposition keeps mocking Prime Minister Modi, kabhi laal aankh, kuch aur. What do you make of this conversation? Here's the former US president talking about what Modi said about India's enemies.
I'll tell you. Yes. Now I'll tell you. See, in Hindi there is a saying, there is a muhavra, chor chor mausere bhai. I mean, if Adolf Hitler was alive and a few other fascists, they would also have been very happy and maybe they would have praised a similar thinking man. But however, this is primarily a PR event, a deliberate PR event by Donald Trump because he needs the Indian votes, which traditionally vote for the Democrats over there in America.
No, so are you conceding that are you conceding that people one minute, sir. Vivek Srivastav, are you conceding that if you praise Modi you will get votes from the Desis there, the NRIs? That every NRI's heart beats for Modi? You're conceding that point?
No, no, I'm not conceding that. He's actually trying to give an image that how close he is to India and how close he thinks about Indians and how, I mean, in his rule, how much of compassion he had for our nation, because he is trying to break the votes of the Democrats. That is the primarily game. And he was very happy when Modi came and said, "Ab ki baar Trump Sarkar." So, I mean, and the person who's taking the interview, Akash Singh, he's a known Modi supporter. This is a PR exercise which is going to be mutually beneficial for both. But any intelligent man who can see through it knows it's totally a fraud. And nothing more than that. Very clearly I want to say this. So,
Dr. Ranganathan, the question was on Modi Trump. And Vivek Srivastav ji just cannot, begin to answer without using the word Adolf Hitler.
Good evening, Pranesh. First of all, my commiserations to my good friend and comrade Vivek, because the CPIM in Haryana has got less votes than Nota. So sorry about that, Vivek. I'm sure you'll do much better, at least in JNU. No, look, coming back to this topic, Pranesh, let me be honest here. Whatever Trump says has to be taken with a mountain of salt, not just a pinch. And even here, if he's talking of Pakistan, then I doubt if Prime Minister Modi would have used the phrase hundreds of years, given that Pakistan was created only 75 years ago. Anyhow, if the crux of what Trump says is true, then surely it conforms to what we have been witnessing. A new confident India under Modi, especially regarding our foreign policy. Remember, Pranesh, Air Chief Dhanoa is on record saying that the Indian Air Force wanted to bomb terror hideouts in Pakistan in the wake of 26/11 but was forbidden to do so by Manmohan Singh. Remember also that India rewarded Pakistan for their 2008 dastardly attack on our embassy in Kabul by capitulating miserably in the Sharm el-Sheikh declaration, acquiescing that Pakistan could blame us for its Balochistan troubles. And a decade after that, please remember that Pakistan remained our most favored nation to trade. Look, a lot has changed since then. I think the time has come for us to realize that we are what we are and what we are going to be because of hard power and not soft power. Doubtless, It is great whenever India gets recognized as a soft power. Dance, music, culture, knowledge, maths, religions. No one has gifted more to the world than India. But it is also a fact, Pranesh, that soft power goes hand in hand with hard power. You know which country is ranked #1 in Portland Soft Power Index? A country barely 200 years old, USA. And yet it is #1 soft power. Fact is, India was a soft power center when it was also a hard power center. Once it was colonized, subjugated, its soft power reached also collapsed. Little changed even after independence. India has forever had a shambolic foreign policy because of which we've always been made to sit on a rickety stool adjacent to the big table. We must now drag a chair and sit alongside the powers that are. Finally, we are seeing the face of New India.
But many people are not too pleased with what Trump said about Prime Minister Modi. Tuhin, before I get you in, a quick comment from Lokesh Jindal. Lokesh Jindal, how would you answer the question I asked Vivek Srivastava? जो लाल आंख बोला था, कुछ और 56 inch jokes. Here is the former US president describing what transpired.
Pranesh, let me read out a comment by another US president. The comment is, a gentle, soft-spoken economist in his 70s with a white beard and a turban that were marks of his faith, but to the Western eye lent him the air of a holy man. I would find Singh to be wise, thoughtful, scrupulously honest, and we developed a fine relationship. This is Barack Obama on Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. So what I would say is, over a period of time after India became independent, US presidents have always spoken highly of Indian prime ministers. They have revered the country. They know that India is strategically located and they do not want to tamper in any way the bilateral relations. I do not see any political weight in the statement.
No, it's more about the personality, less about the bilateral relations. What is your takeaway from what Trump has said about Modi?
Well, Pranesh, what I see over here is another attempt by Donald Trump to make sure that India, which is right now strategically located, Donald Trump is in good books of India, and he is only serving his own purpose. Okay. There's nothing that he is doing
Tuhin Sinha,
in any way.
Respond to what you heard from Vivek Srivastava and Lokesh Jindal. Dr. Ranganathan is showing something on screen.
Well, good evening, Pranesh. Good evening, everybody. You know, both Prime Minister
Modi... just 1 minute, Tuhin,
I'm
sorry, Dr. Ranganathan was finishing a point. Yes, sir.
Yes, I beg your pardon, Tuhin, just 10 seconds, because I really admire my good friend Lokesh Jindal for quoting Barack Obama from his book. But I wished had he also quoted the next following paragraph that Barack Obama quoted in his book. Quote, Rahul Gandhi has a nervous, unformed quality about him, as if he were a student who had done his coursework and was eager to impress the teacher, but deep down lacked either the aptitude or the passion to master the subject, unquote. Would you still say that Barack Obama was right about Rahul Gandhi, Lokesh Jindal?
About the Prime Ministers. So
Lokesh, फंस गए आप, ये सिलेबस के बाहर से आ गया. नेक्स्ट पैरा ही है, लेकिन सेम बुक है, लेकिन शायद तैयारी नहीं थी इसकी. But let Tuhin make his point. Tuhin.
Pranesh, good evening, everybody. See, both Prime Minister Modi and Donald Trump are hardcore patriots, unlike Rahul Gandhi, who's a fly-by-night operator. And patriots tend to understand each other better, unlike fly-by-night operators who live in denial. Now, what was Donald Trump essentially saying? That under Prime Minister Modi, India is the truest of friends for nations that are friendly to India, and India can be a terrible enemy to those which mess around with India. And this has been proved. You know, the first example, between 2005 and 2009, you would recall that on an average, there was a big bomb blast at least once every 40 days. What would India do? India would complain to US and ask US to take action. US would not. What has India done now? Balakot, India has done surgical strikes. You know, you would recall in 2014, February, there was a defense minister of UPA who would say that India is deliberately not developing border infrastructure with China because it would annoy China. What has India done under Prime Minister Modi? Completely fortified China border. More importantly, India, with its preemptive action against Canada, has prevented Canada from going the Pakistan way, and it has done the world.
Look, Tuhin, you can, talk about Pakistan and Canada, but how dare you talk about China? Vivek Srivastava का दोनों हाथ उठा लिया उन्होंने. Vivek Srivastava.
नहीं, वो डिनाइल में रहते हैं, उनकी मर्जी है.
Vivek Srivastava, 30 seconds, sir.
Yeah, देखिए. I'll 30 seconds. Point number one, Barack Obama wrote the book, and the period he talked of, Rahul Gandhi was 30-year-old, or maybe in his early 30s. That is the first part. So do not try to compare him with a man who's turning 75 and he still wants to catch on to his job. Point number one. Point number two, if Donald Trump was so impressed by Modi, for me, America is a third-rate nation and I will never go there. But for those Indians
where will you go? Where will you go, Vivek Srivastava? Where will you go? Where will you go? Where will you go? Beijing? Where will you go? कहाँ जाएंगे?
I'll go to any country which is socialist and supports world peace.
तब तो China, then you'll have to rule out China, because China is neither socialist, nor does it understand anything about human rights. तो वहाँ तो मुश्किल है.
It's not about China.
Unless you have a secret understanding. Okay, I'm under pressure to end this. We are completely out of time. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on India Upfront.